Good morning, Kind King George. Here we go, week 3 of virtual learning. Our educators are ready to roll and have lots of lessons planned. Some are face-to-face virtual lessons. There are drop-in times to connect with them and to discuss your learning, a few small group sessions, and of course, lots of tasks are posted for you to work on at a time that best suits you and your family, if that's what's more suitable. Thanks for continuing to share your hard work, to ask questions, and of course, touch base if you're unsure of how to do something. We hope to find out later this week if virtual learning will be continuing or if we will soon be back together at Lakefield at King George North. So cross your fingers, stay posted, and we'll keep everyone informed as we learn more. In the meantime, as we work and learn from home, let's continue to start our day and our week by acknowledging that we are living and learning on the traditional territory of the Mississauga Anishinaabe First Nation. And for that, we really are so very grateful. As mentioned last week, we hope you're taking time to enjoy fresh air, taking a recess break, go play in the snow, perhaps go tobogganing, take a walk, or do other various outdoor activities that are good for your well-being, as long as you're doing everything safely and following the rules of the provincial lockdown. It's so important that everyone is doing their part. So we thank you, our students, your families, and also your educators. We're all doing everything we can so that we can hopefully be back at school soon. We also thank you for being so flexible and resilient when things sometimes go wrong with virtual learning. So how's this for you? Hands up, tell me, hands up if you've been in a Google Meet or a WebEx session and suddenly the adult, your teacher, they've disappeared. Who has that happened for? I know it's happened to me. And we tend to have these technical difficulties from time to time. Oops, it happens. We have to go with the flow. All right, here's another question. Hands up if you've been all ready to go, you're all organized, and you want to start working and connecting virtually, but then, your internet or your power goes down, something's just not connecting. Has that happened to you? Well, I think we've all had some of these experiences. And at first, I know I used to get a little bit panicked by them and think, oh no. But now I realize these things happen to everyone, and we just need to accept it and roll with it, and then keep an eye out for more messages from the people we're trying to connect with, probably your educators, and find out when the learning or when the meeting might be able to continue. The other thing that I know I've been trying to learn and do, and I'm going to encourage all of you to partake in, is doing a few simple exercises at your desk or the table or a chair, wherever you're working. The first one is to think about your posture, okay? We want you to try to sit up straight, less slouching. I know I want to work on that. And sometimes you might try turning your head a certain direction, holding a stretch through your neck, slowly rotating your neck the other way, feeling a good stretch. Things like this are really important to help you out when you're sitting down so long and when you're working at a computer. You also might want to, stretch your arms over your head and hold a stretch. Try that with both sides. Maybe you want to stand up and even use your desk to do a few push-ups, or maybe the wall behind you. Basically, we want you to stretch out your body and to feel good while you're working. And we also want to keep your brain also working well. And we can do that by taking some extra deep breaths sometimes. Hold that breath. Inhale, exhale slowly. And you know what? As we're doing those things, I think you're going to see how it makes your body feel better with the stretches and your brain feel better taking those pauses and those breaths. So keep working on it. And as the month of January continues, we also don't want to forget that we are working on the grandfather teaching of being honest with yourself, your educators, and your family. So let's ask everybody to please also work on the importance of being positive and optimistic about things that are going well, and even those things that are out of your control that aren't going well. Stay positive. And I'm wondering what it is you might be doing at home with your families or at school with your teachers when you're working online to show that you are being organized, because that's one of the important learning skills and work habits this month and this term. So here's a challenge for you. Please send me an Edsby message or an email telling me what you are doing to demonstrate being honest, being optimistic and positive, and how you're being organized. Any of those things. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're not sure how to send an Edsby message, perhaps ask an adult in your home to help you out. I would love to hear from you, and I'll look forward to getting back to you once I read your messages. Also, let's remember that your teachers and I are so impressed with your efforts, and we've noticed that you really are learning to share and submit your work now. That's great growth. Thanks for doing this, as it helps your educators know what's working for you and how they can help you keep learning as best you can. We all know it's okay to make mistakes because we all do them. So let's keep asking for feedback, and just like we want to stretch our bodies, let's keep stretching our minds too. So keep up the amazing effort and stay in touch with whatever you need. All right, our educators, remember, are taking attendance twice each day. And as long as you're connecting with them and carrying on with your learning in ways that they can see you doing your very best and that you're stretching your mind, even if you're making mistakes, because that's the best way to stretch that mind, we will be able to mark you present and thank you for your participation and effort. So now, let's turn to one of my favorite parts of our morning announcements. Who is celebrating their birthdays? Well, Penny and Eleanor turned another year older this past weekend. And coming up this weekend, or not this weekend, this week, throughout the week, we have 2 more birthdays, Nathan and Felix. Happy birthday, guys! Also this week, on Wednesday, we have something to look forward to. We want to see you celebrating your school spirit by wearing your King George school spirit wear or our school colors. Please have fun with this, and if you can, send me a photo of you proudly wearing your King George clothing or your blue and gold and white colors. I can't wait to see you. Well, everyone, those are your announcements to help you get started with virtual learning this week. As always, respect yourselves, each other, and all of the educators and all of the adults out in your home and out in your community. Have a great week, kind King George. Stay well, stay swell, and if you go outside, don't forget, wear your face fashion. Take care. Bye, everybody.